Hello everyone and welcome to WesterosCraft Walks. I'm your host Kobe.
And I'm Lucia. We're currently in the hold of a ship, and I believe that we've just docked in our location, so would you like to head upstairs?
Yeah, we'll head upstairs and see where we are.
Let's go.
Looks like a very large dock.
Very affluent area.
Yeah, we're on a river. I saw the other bank. Let's go.
Could we be?
Let's go up to the crow's nest. See where we are. So over there we have Blackwater Rush, and there is King's Landing. King's Landing is mainly a port city. It has the docks on the Blackwater Rush, which is a river that empties out in Blackwater Bay, and that's connected to the Narrow Sea.
Aegon the Conqueror actually designed the city around 3 hills, which are now highlighted by 3 of the most important buildings in King's Landing. So number 1 we have the Dragon Pit, number 2 we have Baelor's Sept, and number 3 we have the Red Keep.
The hill where the Red Keep now stands is called Aegon's High Hill, and it was where Aegon built his first fortification, which was called the Aegon Fort. The other 2 hills are named after his sisters, which were also his wives, both of them, and they were called Rhaenys and Visenya. But we will go over the hills in more detail in future episodes. So here we have a nice view of the Blackwater Rush on the one side and the King's Landing docks on the other.
Most people arriving in King's Landing, they would come through this dock, so this would be the first thing that they would see.
Now let's take some time to explore the docks. We've got the big cranes to load all the cargo into the ships and unload it as well. You also have a lot of warehouses here at the docks. You can see one here, but we will look at a bigger one a bit further ahead.
Trade is one of the most important things in King's Landing. It's how they make their money, and they're quite well connected with other parts, so they can get fabrics, fruits, things they wouldn't be able to grow or manufacture in the area. Trade was also quite important for social standings, so richer families would import fruits and furniture, as well as materials from other regions to show their culture and their wealth to others.
So we'll now have a look at some of the warehouses, what they are storing. So we'll have a look in this one. It's got barrels of wine, maybe beer, something like that, big barrels with drinks inside of them. And then this is a bigger warehouse. It's got an elevator or a lift. Let's have a look. It's got a variety of stuff. Barrels down here. So we'll go to the main road of the docks, which is here, and this will lead us to the Mud Gate, or, well, formerly known as the River Gate, but everyone calls it the Mud Gate. You've got some houses here as well. I think this is storage, but there are some houses as well. I think this one is a house. We won't go inside, but you can take my word for it.
That's quite an interesting building.
Yeah, it looks quite nice. I think it's one of the bigger warehouses. I think this... Oh, this is a cartwright, I think. So someone who makes carts. And this is the square in front of the Mud Gate. Can I have a little look? And there it is. There's the Mud Gate. Quite a big gate.
All the gates in King's Landing are quite large due to the high amount of traffic from carts and people.
So here you also have the Sept of the Crone. You have the main Sept of King's Landing, which is Baelor's Sept, but aside from that you have 7 more Septs, each dedicated to one of the 7. So this one is the Crone.
It's actually located here because many people like to pray to the Crone for a safe journey before heading off.
And 7 is also a reoccurring number with the amount of gates the city has, the River Gate being one of those 7. So here you see all the mud. I'm getting stuck in some of it, and this is probably why they prefer to call it the Mud Gate over the River Gate, which is the actual name.
So we'll just head through now, And if you'd like, we can go upstairs and have a better view.
Yeah, we'll go up to the gate. Hopefully it's not too complicated.
Hopefully
I
not.
don't want to get lost. So here, this is called Fishmonger Square. They sell a lot of fish here.
Yeah, easy to see how it got the name.
Yeah, and I've managed to find the gallows again.
With the fish.
With the fish.
Cemetery.
They hang fish with the people. Fresh fish, fresh fish. Here,
Fresh
some
bodies.
people want some people buying some people, fresh people. Okay, okay, we'll keep going. So
Yeah.
that was the portcullis. I think that's called
Yes.
a big one. I think I've gotten lost.
Didn't take long.
Let's go on the wall, and there we go. That's the top of the. You got a nice view from the wall already
Yeah.
on the square as well, but we'll go all the way to the top of the gate.
If you don't get lost.
Yeah, like it's in and out, all the stairs. I've managed to find it.
But that is one of the great things about having a structure that is there to protect you. You need it to be kind of complicated, so if someone does break in, they won't be able to easily find their way around, or in a way it wouldn't really be serving its purpose.
So you got a good view of Fishmonger Square, and then on the other side it was the square that was outside of the gates and the docks. So we'll head back out and explore the Fishmonger Square a bit more. See if we can get anything else other than fish and people selling in the markets.
Do you know how to get down?
I suppose so. I was contemplating jumping off there, but I remember the stairs were here.
And also you're not a cat, so...
I mean we're in Minecraft. I'll survive.
No man, immersive!
I'm sorry for breaking the immersion.
God, Kobe, honestly.
So we went past a giant portcullis again, which I imagine takes a lot of manpower to get down.
But they would only ever need to lower it if there was an invasion. But in that case, they would have the manpower needed to be sent there.
So here we've got a lot more fish and a lot more dirt. So would you like any fish?
No,
Any
no,
fish?
thank you. No fish, just
fish?
body parts.
Oh, you're in the wrong part of the square, ma'am.
Oh, can't
I got
touch
to
a
go
body.
to the other part. Did I turn Irish?
What is that accent?
Is it
Come
Irish?
on now, we found other things apart from fish.
Yeah, so they don't only sell fish here. This looks like quite a nice tavern. Do you want to get something to eat here?
Yeah, sure.
We had a nice meal. Let's have a look on this balcony. You got a good view of the market square here. You like the view, Lucia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a good view of the gate again. This is the more side streets. Well, it was quite kind of a main road. We'll go there in a moment. This is inside the tavern. You can see they've got an upper level and a bottom level. It's quite a big one, so a lot of people eat here. We'll head outside now, and we'll head to Littlefinger's brothel. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of the journey that Catelyn Stark would have taken when she first arrived in King's Landing. So from the docks to Littlefinger's brothel, and I think this is a customs house. So you know what customs houses do?
Yeah, so when ships arrive with goods from other places, they would have to, like you do now at the airport, declare them. So I have 3 million barrels of hay. I don't know, what do people bring in?
Okay, so here. Oh, I fell in the mud. But we'll have a look. We'll have a look what this person do. So this is a blacksmith. Does metal work. I think it's like this cart. It kind of looks like a cross between a blacksmith and a carpenter. And this is a butcher, obviously.
But I guess thinking back to that, if they did more than one trait, they could make a whole thing. They'd probably make a lot more money.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
So I like the money.
I think we've got another butcher up ahead here.
Welcome to Butcher Street.
All the meat inside, yeah. Then, this is a butcher as well. Yeah, this must be Butcher Street.
Was this where you were telling me I had to get the bodies from?
Oh no, don't tell them about that. Okay, so we'll look inside, and none of it is human meat. We'll have a look. We'll have a look
We
at
can't
here.
verify that.
This is where they keep the animals.
Oh,
this
that's so
this
cruel.
This is the meat.
So you go out there, oh, I want that pig.
Yeah, well, probably the butcher would decide, and he would display the sausages.
I know, but just imagine that. If you could go and pick your meat, like, oh, I want that one. I'll come back in a month after it's aged.
Okay, so you've got a nice well here as well. Some
Was that on
water.
purpose?
Oh no, I didn't mean. I didn't even think about it. So I think you've got a few little streets.
A little city grate that goes down into the sewers.
Yeah, we'll explore those in another episode.
Custom for King's Landing.
And up ahead you see like a watchtower as well over here.
The watchtower actually has a bell in the top, so that would probably be used if there was a fire, which I imagine would happen a lot with all these wooden and thatch roofs. That it would spread quite quickly, like the fire of London. And also if there were any uprisings or if anyone needed any help.
We'll have a look in this little house. An average house in King's Landing. Well, not the richest of people, but well, I
Still have a
suppose.
roof over their head.
Yeah, and got a little kitchen area, a little
They
storage.
still have a barrel of wine.
Oh, well, it can be water or beer.
I imagine it wouldn't be water. That's why you see people drinking wine so much, and everyone would always say, "Oh, they're alcoholics." It's like, no,
Oh,
no,
I think
they just couldn't drink water.
I think this is part of the house as well. They got
A
a big.
multi-tenant.
I don't. It was just a storage area at the bottom and some.
But they have a kitchen upstairs, so I can imagine they'd have a second kitchen.
Yeah, but they had animals in the back as well, so maybe it's communal or something. Okay, let's try and find the street. I think this is it. It's a little pond here, and then you've got a street with like market stalls, and this is the one that leads up to Littlefinger's brothel.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have a look at the market stalls. They sell all kinds of stuff here, and I do like little lanterns in the trees as well. Nice little touch. And yeah.
As you head up the hill, you see the class develop.
Yeah, because this
Ooh,
you can
what's
see.
this?
Yeah, you can see the houses look more fancy.
And also the roof style is the biggest indicator. Well, not style, but the material they use. Anyway.
Yeah, and this is Littlefinger's brothel. You can see it by the red lantern.
Red lantern's always a go-to.
Yeah, there's a brothel, and it looked like a fancy brothel. So yeah, looks like you can have some food here as well.
Yeah, you know, women and wine,
Some
cheese
roses.
women,
I don't know.
cheese and cheesy jokes. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you've got some rooms here. Your standard.
A lone room for.
I don't know.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
this is a nice
but what's
bed.
in?
This is the nice bed.
Yeah, this is where the king would. Probably kings, nobles. You know, if
The
you're
rich
visiting town, you
people.
need to experience the full service.
Of Littlefinger.
Oh, I hate that name so much. Sounds so weird.
Okay, you have a nice balcony as well.
I think
Decorated
it's like
with
more like a
roses.
private area for them.
Like if they want to talk to the ladies of the night. I like this area as well. It's a bit more secluded. So let's head upstairs. Let's see what's all the way at the top. Let's look here first.
Oh, I love the interior style of it here.
So this must be Littlefinger's office. Got a nice view of King's Landing. You can see over there where we went.
Oh, you
There's
put some
really-
of those roses. They're looking good.
So this is a little washing area, I think. But I wonder what this
Toilet?
is. I think is this what I think it is? It's a little sneaky area.
That's so smart.
So I guess Littlefinger wants to keep an eye on his.
Special guests.
Yeah. So this is the room that he's spying on. He's just sneaking in the closet.
Little mean creep, beep toot. I don't know. So we'll head upstairs now and have a look at where the prostitutes would live. It's just a regular standard bed.
They've got small stairs, not fancy stairs.
I mean, they don't need a lot of room.
They just got little rooms like just under the roof.
But I still imagine it'd be quite warm there. The
Yeah.
winter would be really good because of the heat rises.
Then the summer, like, they just...
They have also windows, so they're quite
Oh
good.
yeah, I suppose. I think we've seen all of Littlefinger's brothel, so we'll head out. Walk the streets a bit more.
Those mean streets.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're getting in the nicer area now, up the hill. This is the hill leading up to the Red Keep, by the way. So this is Aegon's High Hill that we were climbing earlier. So we'll have a look through the streets. I'll take the road over here. This one looks a bit bigger. So we'll walk the streets and like go in a few houses and maybe look at some professions as well. This looks like a poor building. You can see it by the style, the wood instead of the daub. You see it's quite small inside as well. But you have better class houses, like on the other side of the road. See stone. It's more important, but it's a chandler.
Yeah, I was going to say at first, my secret obsession, candles.
Yeah.
Kind of is mine though.
You do like candles.
I like a good candle, what can I say?
Okay, so yeah, this is a candle maker. Well, proper name is a chandler. And I suppose on the top level is his house, but
Yeah.
I won't go in. I don't know where the entrance is.
Most professions, it would be the shop underneath and then the house on top.
So we've gone a bit further into King's Landing now, traveled the streets.
Let's have a look in this cobbler.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it. So a cobbler is another word for shoemaker. So here you have the leather slab and the metal bits that people put in their shoes.
But they actually do that to make themselves louder, and that's more important because that's the logic of the world.
I suppose so. So this street is called the Hook, and this is the street that connects Fishmonger Square that way to the Red Keep over there. You can't see it because King's Landing is really big, so it's outside my viewing distance. But we'll look at it in another episode. Yeah, so the Hook is the road that connects the Red Keep to Fishmonger Square where we were before. And here we're looking at the Mason.
Stonemason.
Stonemason, right, yeah.
Freemason, Illuminati confirmed.
So yeah, they work with stone.
Most of the time, you're actually more in smaller villages. You'd find them close to a graveyard because, hey, someone's going to make the graves.
Mm-hmm. And here we have a carpenter, a small one, make some furniture. So this little road will take us to the main road in King's Landing. There is a big road that connects the Red Keep and goes through the Dragon Square and ends up at the Gate of the Gods. So if you look at the map, it basically cuts diagonally through King's Landing in almost a straight line. I think we're coming up on it there, but you want to have a look in this person's house first?
Just a quick little looky.
Yeah, I think it's a wheel maker. I only saw wheels. It might be a Cartwright, but I only saw wheels, so...
He has a real passion as wheels.
Yeah. And you know what this is, the sign? Can you see the sign?
Yes.
Apothecary. I did it. I was having a struggle with the word, but I did
still
it now.
can't say it. Apothecary. I don't know.
Yeah. So that way is to the Red Keep, up Aegon's High Hill. That road is where we'll be going towards the Dragon Square. And here you can see the higher houses. Well, this is quite low. You see it on the daub. You've got the dirty daub, the white daub. That's a big indicator of wealth as well. We will have a look in a high class or a higher class house up ahead. Oh, this is a wine
Leave
merchant.
me here. Come back at the end of the episode.
You can try some wine here. Got barrels open.
But the question is, Dornish or Arbor wine?
I don't know.
You decide.
Yeah, I think this is a little gutter in case it rains. So here, yeah, these are obviously more wealthier houses. They look very fancy, are bigger. Should we have a look in this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's a profession.
Yeah, textile. I think textile merchant that is.
Yeah, so they would be really, really wealthy.
Yeah.
Because coloured textiles would only be purchased by the most wealthy people.
Yeah.
Look at those chairs. They do not sit on leather, they sit on stools.
Yeah, and got their own little
They have their own toilet.
privy. little balcony overlooking the big road of King's Landing.
And I mean, that's the main road, so if there was any processions with royalty or visiting guests, they would go that way.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the royal
true.
family now. People would just sit out and, oh, hello.
So we're coming up to the Dragon Square now. That's the road that would lead us to Fishmonger Square where we started. And yeah, over there is the Dragon Square, and that's the road to the Red Keep. So this is kind of the center. You
And
know
here
what
we
this
have a
is?
nice theatre.
Yeah, you know what it's based off of?
The Globe Theatre in London.
That's right, yeah. Although it's not mentioned in the books, a lot of the layout of King's Landing is kind of similar to the one of medieval London. You've got the river central city, the different gates, and even the style that we used here is similar to the one of medieval London. So we've managed to get on stage now.
And you can actually see the different tiers in the theatre. The bottom tier would be for the poorer seats, or the cheaper seats for the poorer people. And then the higher tiers would represent the higher classes, where they would sit, eat, drink, general merriment that we now take for granted, but back then would be a real indicator of social status.
Yeah, so we've taken the backstage entrance out of the theatre, and we've got this nice little market here. Didn't notice this before. So even the Globe Theatre isn't a medieval building, it does fit with our style, and it captures the changing of the economics within King's Landing and the rise of guilds within the city, and also the middle class and banking. It all happens within the city, even though in the countryside they still live in a more basic medieval lifestyle. And we've arrived in the Dragon Square. This is a nice place, right? The downtown of King's Landing.
Mm-hmm.
So this introduction episode to King's Landing has shown us that it's a bustling port and hub of trade, as well as the capital of the Seven Kingdoms. And this city also gives enterprising individuals like Littlefinger the chance to make a fortune if they know how the system works. So this is the Red Stag Inn, and I think this is a good place to end the video. So we'll stay in this inn until next time.
Bye guys!
Bye!
Next episode we'll be exploring the buildings in the Dragon Square itself, and then we'll be heading up Visenya's Hill towards Baelor's Sept. Damn, Daniel! Look at all that mud. I guess that's why they call it the Mud Gate. We're so cool.
We are. High five, Lucia.
Have